Hi, folks. Welcome to News and Views. I'm Stacy Frizzle, the Executive Director at People Plus, and I have a surprise guest with me here today. It's Frank Connors. Oh, yay.
Uh-oh. Settle down. Settle down.
The fans go crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can hear them out there.
I know.
Yeah. Boo.
Where have you been?
Well, here, there, and everywhere.
Oh, yeah? How's
Yeah.
retirement treating you?
Oh, some days are better than others.
Okay,
But
so we're going into November.
November.
So that means you've now officially been retired for July, August, September, and October. 4 months.
Quarter.
Wow, that's a quarter of the year.
And the center is still there. Who would have known?
Barely. We are barely getting by without you.
Yeah, I bet.
It's like a house of cards.
I bet.
At any minute.
Yeah, sure.
So what have you been doing with yourself for 4 months?
Oh, the summer stuff. We have lots of people come to visit with
summer.
us, and we stay busy. Jane has a list for me.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I keep
Do you have a
plugging-
list for Jane?
No, that would be isn't that politically incorrect?
I don't know. I was just
Yeah.
wondering.
So, yeah,
So you've been keeping busy. You had a good summer.
very busy. Yeah.
Well, it's nice
Drop
for
by
you
the
to...
center every once in a while, just
Yeah,
to
we
make
love
sure
when
that
you come
things
by
are
the
going
center.
okay.
We've seen more of you now that the weather's changing a little
Yeah,
bit.
and I'll be in this winter.
And hopefully there'll be even more of that.
Maybe this winter. I saw Connie Bailey the other day, and she says, "Frank, when are you going to come and take my art course?"
Oh, can you draw?
No.
Oh, me neither.
If
But you model very well for it.
If she made an artist out of me, then you probably ought to pay her more money.
That's true.
Yeah.
We should probably pay her more money anyway.
Probably,
Just because she's
that's
Connie
true. Yeah,
Bailey.
that's true.
But we don't really have the money to pay her.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
We won't go there.
anyway.
Yeah.
But I am excited that you're here. Thank you for doing the show
Fun
with
to
me
be here.
today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, that'll be great. We had Jordan on set a little while
This
ago.
is one of the things I missed, to tell you the truth.
Was the TV show?
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Sure.
let Bernie hear you say
No,
that.
no. Bernie makes us look pretty good.
And Dave,
And
yes,
Dave.
and behind camera. And thanks to Donna as well, the dynamic
Sure.
duo here at Harpswell TV. Yeah, we couldn't do it without you. And it's an amazing opportunity to be able to do this show and talk to people every month. I have had, I wouldn't say hundreds, but I've had dozens of people say that they miss you on this show with me. Like, oh, that girl that did it with you was really good, but it's not the same as Frank.
Oh, isn't that nice?
So, yeah, I get lots of feedback.
I've had dozens of people ask me, when are you going to go back and
do the show?
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Get
good.
rid of those two girls and you do it.
There you
What
go.
they
You
say
don't
to
need
me.
them. It's actually kind of hard. I think the talk show part would be hard by yourself.
It would be awful.
Yeah.
You gotta
so
have a
you'd be just like a news
conversation.
anchor, just like talking to the
Sure.
camera, So it's more fun to have a little,
It is.
batting around things. And Lynn's been great. Don't
She
get me
has.
wrong.
Oh.
She's awesome.
She is awesome.
And Jordan Cardone, the Teen Center coordinator, said she would come and do the show as well, and I think she'll be fantastic. And Patrick Gabriel, the newspaper editor, he did a really good job. It's not his absolute love and forte, but he did a very good job as
Sure.
well. So anyway, there's just no replacing you, Frank.
Oh,
So thanks for coming in.
I guess you're probably right.
Being a nice substitute. Yay. So
So
there's
it's
all kinds
November.
of... It is November, I know.
People Plus.
Yeah.
Wow,
So what is
already.
that? That for me means one thing.
Thanksgiving.
Turkeys.
You betcha. Stacy's brine turkey.
Yep. Turkey and more turkey.
And turkey and turkey. Yeah. Do you actually cook one at home, or you go out for cheeseburgers?
No, we do. I do Thanksgiving dinner at home.
Really?
It's a whole week later, though, so
Yeah,
by
sure.
then where it's like old hat. And I do the same thing that I do at the center. I do 2 smaller birds, so it's not so unwieldy.
Yeah.
Although at home I have Jonathan to sort of help in and out of the kitchen.
We had 18 wild turkeys in our field.
Really?
Yesterday.
Wow.
So maybe I should snare a couple of them.
When does turkey season? Is that like a thing that's
Maybe I
already
better
happening
find
for
that.
hunting?
Yeah, probably.
I don't
And
know.
we had our first wood fire the other night.
Did you? Your
So-
first? Gosh,
First one of the season.
good for you. You held out.
So yeah, I don't like to waste my firewood.
Right. We've had a fire going a little bit, I will honestly say. I think even before we went to Italy, we had wood
Yeah.
fires because it was getting
Well, it's-
kind of chilly.
It's colder in Bowdoin.
That's maybe true.
I
Yeah,
live
we're
in-
not on the coast.
I live on the coast in Brunswick. And
Yes, it's warmer. Anyway, and we have a lot of firewood. So, but we've got something kind of catchy here to show people. So if y'all are in the Brunswick area and you want a free pill box, please stop by People Plus because we have a whole box full.
All right.
Donated from Access Health, part of the Midcoast Hospital program. And these are really cool. So you see what it is? It's 1 week's worth of containers, all color coordinated. And I know you
don't think I could figure this out?
But it's the morning pill, the noon pill, and the nighttime pills. which I think is genius.
It's clever.
It's very clever.
Yeah.
So if you go through it on like Sunday night and you like basically restock the whole thing, then you'll know for sure if you've taken your pills that day.
Oh, Jane could check.
I forget all the time. I'm taking one single pill in the mornings and I never remember if I've
Really?
taken it. Yeah. So anyway, and it's a vitamin,
And,
so I can never remember. And so I'm going to start using one. I don't think I need it 3 times a day, but when I was pregnant, I was taking pills at different times of the day because they would make me nauseous. So anyway, if anyone's interested in these, they're pretty neato. We've got them at
And
the
they're
center.
free.
We've got them at the center for free, donated from Midcoast Parkview Health. So
That's nice.
come on out and grab one. And then while you're there at the People Plus Center, you can check out all the good stuff we have going on.
Right.
Maybe Frank will be in the house.
Maybe.
So starting almost immediately. So let's see. Friday is November 1st, right? So we're
Right.
recording this today's like end of October. And on Tuesday the 5th, we have new Spanish conversation club. It's called Cantina Español. Do you
So
speak Spanish?
No.
neither.
C. Can I
C.
say C? Yeah.
No, C means yes.
Yes. Oh. Oops.
I think
no, I
it's-
don't. Yeah.
no,
what is it?
No.
Who knows?
How do you say no in Spanish?
I'm going to take the Spanish Conversation Club. So,
Exactly.
So the French club and the German club are still gangbusters, right?
Yes, they are actually.
And
Yep.
if
I just got an email over the weekend from a woman who said, I'm not a member yet, but I'd like to come check out the German club before I join. Can I do that? And the answer is absolutely yes. You
Sure.
can try anything for free, once or twice even if you want to, but eventually become a member, please.
is Richard back yet? Richard Gannell?
No, he was out of town last weekend for the
He's been in
men's
Europe.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was still traveling. He'll be back. I think he's back in November.
Yeah, probably.
So he might be there for German club.
Sure.
And there's French club, as Frank mentioned, and now this will be the Spanish club.
That'd be great.
So it really started. Mary Hepburn, who is one of our front desk
Sure.
volunteers
Yeah.
now. She's also kind of helping to run the Wednesday biker group and
Really?
Easy Riders. Yeah.
Wow.
I know, changing of the guard. I know. Dr. Juicer is a little under the weather these days.
Is he?
So, yeah.
I
so,
can't visualize Dr. Juicer under the weather.
I know. He's like he's such a rock of the Brunswick
Dynamo.
community.
Yeah.
But anyway, all
Sure.
good things must change, unfortunately. So
right.
Mary is helping with the Wednesday Easy Riders. She works the desk once or twice a week, and she thought, why don't we have a Spanish club? And coincidentally, Zanny, the new Meals on Wheels coordinator, is Mexican. So she's from Mexico, and so of course she speaks Spanish fluently, so she's all excited.
Yeah,
So they're
nice.
bound to have 2, 3. I think there's 3 or 4 people actually already at this point who are interested.
That'll be fun.
And they're just
Once
going
a
to get
month,
together.
And it starts on Tuesday.
First Tuesday of the month at 2:30. Yep.
Yeah. 2:30.
At 2:30. Yeah. So that's Tuesday the 5th. Yep. And then we have women's breakfast on Thursday the 7th. Rumor is Frank might show up.
Really?
That was a rumor that you started spreading on Friday. So I am
Just
perpetuating
because there is no men's breakfast.
perpetuating this rumor, and
Yeah.
you got to get a breakfast in once a month.
Sure.
I know. Actually, if you're going to be there, you could make a special request. Even I might cook what you like.
Really?
Yeah. What would you like for breakfast? Why don't you think about that? We'll get back to it.
I got it already.
Oh yeah.
Scrambled eggs with little diced hot dogs in it.
Okay. Hot dog chips, right?
Hot
Isn't that
dog-
what you call
No,
them?
we do little slices. I used to cook those for my kids, and I introduced my grandson to them the other night. And there it is.
He thought it was the best thing next to
Just like
sliced bread, sliced hot dogs.
sliced bread and chopped liver.
Yum.
oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe I'll make you a little pan.
Maybe
of that.
not, huh?
No, I'd be happy.
Tiny. She wouldn't probably want to contaminate.
You just have your
for
own little
breakfast.
saucepan full of
Yeah.
scrambled eggs and hot
We could
dogs.
call it some sort of a.
My stepmother from Kentucky used to make fried hot dogs, and she would split them down the middle so they kind of butterflied out a little bit.
Yeah.
And you pan fry them flat, and she'd then put ketchup in the whole thing, and it would kind of cook down and almost make like a sauce. It was pretty tasty, actually.
I bet.
So anyway, okay. So
That's on
women's
the
breakfast
7th.
on Thursday the 7th at 8:30, followed by Apple Club. You going to come to Apple Club? Maybe bring your phone.
Probably not.
Oh, do you have a phone?
No, I don't.
Okay, then
Yeah,
no, you probably
not
don't
yet,
want to.
but any day. Any day.
Just bring in your computer off your desk.
Sure. I may do a speaking frankly about an embarrassing moment I had with my absence of a phone a
Oh.
little while ago. So,
Oh, okay. I
it'd be
can't wait to
pretty
hear
funny.
about that, actually.
yeah.
And
Little
then
teaser.
Thursday's a big day. Look at this, 3 things. And
Yeah.
then also on Thursday,
Maybe I'll show up for that.
the Balance and Falls Clinic. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Remember when they used me for a dummy?
Yeah.
Trying to get me up off the floor?
They would be happy to use you as a dummy again, I'm sure.
I do dummies so well.
Everyone's happy to use you as a dummy. So anyway, it's Reform Physical Therapy is coming to the center on Thursday, the 7th at 1:30. And it's all about, how not to fall. Basically, that's the
Sure.
gist.
Yeah.
How can I not fall down?
And getting up.
And then, heaven forbid, you do fall down.
Yeah.
How do you get up? Maybe we should just turn the camera on a little bit. You could have a demo for us on the floor here at some point. Do you remember exactly
At
the
some
technique
point.
they taught you?
To get up or to fall
Yeah.
down?
To get up.
Maybe next month, folks.
Right. So anyway, so that'll be fun. So if you are interested in the Balance and Falls Clinic with Reformed Physical Therapy, it's on Thursday at 1:30.
That's usually very well
November
attended.
7th. It's very well
Used to
attended.
be.
Yeah. So give a call to the center and get signed up. And then we're closed. We have a long weekend for Veterans Day.
Oh, yeah.
Your special holiday.
One of them.
Absolutely. Are you putting out flags? Or is that Memorial Day?
That's Memorial Day. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do special for Veterans Day? Anything?
I sit at home and wait for my grandboys to bring me cookies.
Oh, really?
And
That
stuff.
Do they do that?
Yeah.
They honor
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
That's nice.
The 5-year-old showed up with a beer last year. So we're going to see if we can top that.
That's hysterical. That's really
Oh, yeah.
funny, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Well, maybe the next day we'll take you out for lunch if you want to go to the Fairgrounds Cafe because they're
yeah.
going for
Oh, that's
lunch
great.
out.
On the
So
12th.
if you're interested in joining the crew,
Sure.
that's where they are going. It's on Tuesday, November 12th at 11:30.
Uh-huh.
Just call the center. And they have lunch out every month.
Every month,
At various
sure.
sites, so I never know where they're going to be. And then on Tuesday, the 12th, we also have Medicare 101. So this is probably the most important Medicare 101
It
that we
is.
run all year.
Open enrollment,
Because
sure.
it's open enrollment time.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine they actually might have pretty good sized crowd. If you're interested, give a call. It talks about the many parts, and it's we run it every month on the second Tuesday,
Sure.
but this will be a big one. So if it is open enrollment, which means now is the time to get signed up. If you are anywhere near age 65 in the next 12 calendar months,
And I am.
you're turning 65 in the next calendar month.
I mean close. Yeah.
Wow. Somehow I
next?
thought you were a little older than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Italy Fest.
And then there's Italy Fest.
Oh, Stacy's been away. And
Woo!
how does she do this?
Jonathan and I like to travel. So anyway, so we're doing Italy Fest Parte Due, which is how you say that in Italian.
Part 2.
Yeah, part
I
two.
can translate.
Part 2 on Thursday, November
Uh-huh.
14th at 1:30. So, John, we did a trip in April,
Yeah.
and then we just did a trip in October. So it's a compilation of those two
Oh, neat.
together. Yeah, which will be fun because they're very diverse
And
parts of
Jonathan
Italy.
did finally come home, I hear.
Barely.
Yeah?
Barely got home. Yeah, I told you that story on
You
Friday.
did, yeah.
Crazy story. Jonathan was traveling back from Italy, and the transportation union went on strike. So the
Just
trains
because
shut
he was
down.
in country?
Pretty much, he
Yeah.
ruined them. Trains shut down, the buses shut down, and the airport shut down. 10 minutes after they were in the air, the pilot came on and said, "Thank you, folks, for doing a good job and getting out of here quickly because 10 minutes ago, the air traffic controllers went on strike."
Wow.
And the airport was
Nice.
closed. Yeah, isn't that amazing? So yeah, so that'll be part of what we talk about and show pictures, and we'll have Parmesan. We went and saw a Parmesan cheese place, a balsamic vinegar place, a lemon grove, all kinds of really neat things.
Neat.
So yeah, we'll have a fun slideshow and fun food, wine
And
from
that
Tessa's
evening-
Market. And that night,
That very evening.
you could do a
We're
whole
gonna do a
day
field trip.
with
Sure,
People
you
Plus
could.
because
Yeah.
Frank's going to Gardens Aglow. Woohoo! I love
This will be the third year I think we've done this.
That's it?
I think, or fourth?
Yeah, it might be your actual fourth. I think
Maybe.
you've done it 3 times.
Yeah, could be.
So anyway, yeah.
So we rent a big bus.
Right.
And so we can take 40 people. We always have a good time.
Sponsored by
Sponsored by Scott Lemieux and the folks at Ameriprise.
Ameriprise Financial. That's right.
And our good friends over at Coastal Landing.
They're
Can't
so
forget
sweet.
the Russos.
We're not using their bus this month, but
Yeah.
they let us use it every
They do,
other month.
yeah.
So we like to say thank you. So the bus leaves People Plus at 4:15. Space is limited to 40. 40.
4-0.
40.
The
That's
first
it.
4-0 people who show
Signed up.
get to go.
And you have to be a People Plus member
Pay
or
your
a
dues.
guest
dues,
of
have
a
you
People
put-
Plus member.
Are the dues still only $30 a month?
Only $30.
Wow.
Yeah, we had 80 people sign up or renew last month.
Really? See,
Yes,
it's
isn't that
working.
amazing?
I told you.
You were right, absolutely right. It's amazing.
Twice I've been right in my
I
life
love when you're
now.
right.
Yeah, me too.
So
And
y'all
then
are
we
going to
go-
stop on your way home for dinner?
We do. We go to Kennebec Tavern on
In Bath?
that evening for supper.
Nice. So if you want to go to Gardens Aglow with Frank and the gang on Thursday, November 14th, which, honestly, it kind of sounds a little early to me, but then you made the point that it's not going to be so freezing cold.
Yeah, one year
Which is
we went
brilliant.
and it was very icy and it was
Oh,
snow
yeah.
on the ground.
I've
It was
been
just
there and it
nasty.
was ridiculous. It was like zero. It was
Jane and I were
it was
down
horribly cold.
to the gardens about a month ago, and they were already stringing lights. So,
Oh, nice. Fun.
so it'll be gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And
we might go. We took
trust
last
me.
year off. We might go again this year.
Trust me, folks, it'll be dark.
Yeah, it will be dark. Definitely be dark. So anyway, call the center and get signed up. You have to be a People Plus member or a guest of a People Plus member. You have to be with a People Plus member in order to get to go on
like
this
a
trip.
date.
Yes. Well, someone might be a member and then bring their spouse.
Yeah.
Who's not a member. I don't know why they wouldn't be a member, but anyway. And then we've got Swing Dance Brunswick in the house again. They're
Ooh.
starting to come.
Really?
Yep, they were here this past Sunday, yesterday, and they'll be on Sunday, November 17th at 6 p.m. So no swing dance experience necessary. Even you could go to swing dance.
Oh,
no, I say that,
I
and then I think, do you have swing dance experience?
No.
No. Okay. Me
I
neither.
could write another column about my dancing experience.
Could
or
you?
lack thereof. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
whole column. I could probably write a whole book about how badly
Oh,
I
yeah,
dance.
yeah.
So
But
if
I
you're
probably
interested in
won't.
swing dancing, it's at the center on Sunday, November 17th at 6 p.m.
6 o'clock.
No experience necessary. Just show up and have a good time. And then on Monday the 18th, we've got Aging Well. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
What?
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 Huh?
What?
Who's doing that?
Can you hear me now? It's Disability Rights Maine, DRM.
Mm-hmm.
They share information on Maine Relay. It's actually a statewide service that's free.
Oh, neat.
That connects people with hearing issues with special equipment. So there's
Sure.
special phones, there's all kinds of, there's things that you get for your television, things that you can get for your speakers. There's tons of different devices and special equipment available for people with some hearing issues.
Yeah.
So this is a great program to come
I
to.
heard that.
What?
I heard it.
What?
I
I gotcha. That was awesome. Okay, Monday, November 18th at 12 p.m. Come to the center and learn about
You still do chips and drinks?
devices. Yeah, bring your own lunch, and we put out chips and cookies.
Cookies.
That's why I brought you a few today, because it's Aging Well at the
So
center
there'd be
today.
stale cookies on November 14th.
If they're the same ones,
18th.
they'd be sale. I think they'll be fresh.
Yeah, probably.
And then we've got Colette coming for a really good
Oh,
trip
neat.
talk. Basically, they're coming. The trip that they're doing next October is what Jonathan and I are previewing in Italy Fest. It's
Neat.
Rome and the Amalfi Coast, which is what we did in April. So that's really fun. That's on Tuesday the 19th at 4 o'clock. Come and hear all about taking that trip next October, so a year from now, with Colette Travel to Rome and the Amalfi Coast, which I can tell you for sure is insanely gorgeous. And October would be a good place for that. And then, if you're not signed up yet, you got to sign up for lunch
It's
at
more
the
than
center.
lunch, folks.
It is. It's an experience.
It is.
So it's Thursday, November 21st at 12 o'clock.
Yep.
Get signed up. We can take, I don't know, how many we normally feed, like 75 for lunch?
Yeah,
It's our
usually on
biggest
Thanksgiving
lunch of the
Day,
year.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
will
one.
brine and roast all the turkeys. I make the gravy. There's mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, pickled beets, salad, and rolls, of course, the traditional.
Pumpkin pudding.
Yeah, so this year we came up with
Really?
a fun, well, we just did spice cake this past month.
Sure.
So we thought, why don't we're going to do a scoop of pumpkin pudding over graham cracker crumbles with a dollop of fresh whipped cream, and then Jen Felke's son is going to make ginger snaps to go in each one.
Oh, cool.
Doesn't that sound great?
Sure.
I think it'll be perfect. So that's on Thursday the 21st at 12. Please call to get signed up. You have to be on the list for that one because it will sell out. We're closed for Thanksgiving, of course. And
And the
then
Friday
on
after.
every Friday in November, we've got reduced price haircuts, including Frank's. You got your haircut Friday with Margarita Day.
yeah.
She's so lovely. From 9 to
Isn't she?
12, you can come get your haircut.
You bet.
Yeah, she did a great job. It was just in time for you to be on the show with me.
Well, that was my thought.
Yay.
I have to look as good as I can with you. So,
Right. Would you like to leave us with some parting thoughts? Anything in particular?
yeah, enjoy your November.
That's right.
We
Enjoy
go back,
November.
We lose daylight savings time. We have Veterans Day. We have Thanksgiving, and come to People Plus.
That would be
The only
awesome.
place to be.
And if they stay tuned in the next few minutes, they'll see us do a little bit of roast chicken on People Plus Cooks.
We're going to
So
roast what?
chicken.
Oh, chicken.
So we'll see you there.
Maybe we'll roast Stacy one of these months. No?
Hi, folks. I'm Stacy Frizzle, and welcome to People Plus Cooks. This is the cooking show for People Plus, the Brunswick Area Senior Center program. And we are featuring historical recipes of our senior community and cooking for one or two. As we grow older, a lot of times our families shrink down. They move out and move on. So we don't want to make a huge meal, a huge casserole, and have tons of leftovers. And this is kind of a nice way to sort of think about how do we just cook for ourselves and maybe ourselves and a partner. And so we're going to start featuring some recipes about cooking for one or two. So today we are doing roast chicken. So I've got some celery and a couple of nice chicken thighs. So I got these from the grocery store. They were 89 cents a pound. So this was literally $2.10, something like that, worth of chicken thighs, which is great because it's very affordable at that point. And you can, I mean, that's more than I would ever eat in one sitting. So what you'll end up with is a little leftovers to make into something else, especially if you do a really basic roast, which is what we're going to do today. We're going to do some celery. I've got a shallot here on the board. Just going to do some light salt and pepper, little olive oil, little seasoning rub mix, and some squash. And that is going to be all she wrote in terms of going in the pan. So I've got the celery in. We'll just do a little bit of cut up onion. So this onion can be peeled or not, kind of depends on how you like it. I usually like to leave the peel on my onions, the skins, adds a little something, but you're welcome to do either way. So you just get a little onion going in the pot there for you as well. I'm gonna drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil, just right on top of the chicken. Some light, as you can see, it's very light olive oil. Doesn't add too much flavor, but what it does is just kind of gives it a little viscosity, and it's going to help make that skin be super crispy. So we've got that in, and here I've got a little bit of a rub mix that I made. It's got pepper, salt, paprika, garlic, and a little bit more onion powder as well. So sort of very liberally, generously, put this over top of your chicken and your other seasonings. This is a lovely dish to make on a Sunday night when you think of sort of Sunday supper and having company over, or like we said, just for yourself. You get all of that in there, and it's great because you'll have a nice Sunday afternoon meal, but then you've also got probably most of one of these chicken thighs left to go into the work week, so that's awesome. Okay, so also in here at the end, I kind of kept a little side area open for me because this pan strategically had a little room in it. I'm going to put in some acorn squash half ring. So I just bought one acorn squash and I cored it, and I'm just going to stick those rings in there to cook down at the other end of this bowl. So that'll give you just a little bit of an extra side dish. So this goes in the oven uncovered, just like this, at about 350 for about 35-40 minutes, or until you prick it and the juices run clear. In the meantime, you can see I've got some apples going over here. Let me switch my chicken in the oven and we'll come back and talk about the apples in just 1 second. So I've got one chicken going in. I've got, grab my pot holder, my other chicken coming out. Oh, you know what I forgot on my chicken? I forgot to put on some fresh herbs. I am actually gonna pull that out and do that real fast because that's a pretty critical part of this whole recipe. Before I forget, let's drop in, we brought some sage, some thyme, and some oregano. And we're gonna drop these in here on the chicken because that is gonna radically change how this whole thing is seasoned. Now, we're fortunate enough to have space for a garden for some of this, but you can get these herbs fresh at Hannaford or your local grocery store. There we go. Okay, that's better. And if not, you can always use dried. So if you are using dried herbs, you want to be sure to use a little bit extra because sometimes they can dry out and kind of lose some of their good, some of their flavors. Okay, so this is a pan that's, now you can see, it's come out of the oven. It's got the chicken roasted off. Ooh, it smells delicious. It's got this beautiful squash going on. It's got these fresh herbs cooked down, cloves of garlic, a little carrot that I put in there, celery in the bottom. We are gonna pour off the pan drippings And this guy for a little bit of a gravy as well. Look at that. Ooh, those are beautiful. Those look pretty good. So this would be the opportunity where you could, if you wanted to, thicken that up. I brought some stuff to show you how to do that. So you would use a little bit of, I prefer Wondra, which is a very fine baking, flour that you can just sprinkle and mix through. Thickens it up a little bit for you. And if you need to, if you didn't get a lot of juice out of it, or you ever need to, you can use a little bouillon. So there's bouillon cubes, there's packets, there's powder, or this is like a better than bouillon, which stays cold in the refrigerator. And all of those are really good to create sort of a nice gravy here for you. Okay, so you've got a little bit of a gravy, you've got a fresh roasted chicken thigh, some squash, and I've also done a baked potato over here. So we're gonna plate a bunch of this real fast, but in the meantime, let's check out what I've got going on in this pan. So cooking for one doesn't mean you shouldn't have dessert. And with our roast chicken Sunday dinner, it's always nice to have what's gonna feel like an apple pie. Well, who has time to make an apple pie or wants to eat an entire apple pie? So what you do is you just cut up one apple. This is just one of these big ones, cut up just like that. And I'm just sauteing it around, letting it slow cook down in a pan with a little bit of apple cider, some cinnamon, and brown sugar. And it smells wonderful. It's actually pretty done. I think I'm gonna turn that off. And then we're gonna serve that just with some ginger snap cookies, which is super easy peasy. So let me get going on plating up some of this food for us. So when you're cooking for one of the things you want to think about is portion size. So if you're home by yourself or there's two of you for dinner, one of these is probably plenty. You might even be able to cut that in half and split it with your partner. You've got the nice squash ring here that's got some beautiful color on it. It's literally falling apart. That's delicious. This plate has a little bit of carrots in it as well, which are nice, a little clove of garlic. And then as I mentioned earlier, you've got a nice baked potato. So I literally popped this in the microwave and I did it for about 3 minutes. And you cut that open and you've got yourself a little tiny potato for one, nice little chicken thigh, and your little side vegetables. And earlier I actually started a pot of peas as well that I'll pull back over. It's important if you can, especially as when we're alone. You don't always want to make a big meal for yourself, but having a bag of frozen vegetables, see how that completely changes the layout of that dinner now that you've got a green veg in there. So it's important to try to eat healthy. Don't just have a bowl of cereal or some yogurt for lunch or dinner. You can see how easy and fast this was. There's a little gravy here to put on top. I've got my potato with a little gravy on it. I've got the chicken thigh. There we go. And then for the next round for this chicken thigh, we'll come back and taste that in a couple minutes. So for tomorrow, what I will have done already is I've cut it off the bone at this point, and now it's perfectly ready to be turned into a number of different things. What I pulled out here was an English muffin, something most of us keep in the house. You can take this chicken, put a little bit of it, you could even put a little gravy on, get it right here onto your onto your English muffin. Little mayonnaise if you like for a chicken salad. You could do a little bit of cheese and maybe some taco sauce and have it sort of be Southwest flavored. And here you've got another second round with the same piece of chicken ready for lunch, and you're good to go. So you've got a beautiful little chicken salad sandwich now as part of that. So that's lovely. And if you wanted, if you're Frank Connors, I bet you'd put a little bit of gravy on top of that. You could do both sides and have like an open face sandwich as well. So that's a very nice way to have sort of a second round of options for your chicken there. And now for dessert. So we definitely want to have a taste of these apples and ginger snaps. So you come in here, you've just pan sauteed them. They're quite good. They're soft, they're cinnamony, they smell delicious. You've got some ginger snaps just right out of a package. Mine are kind of broken up, which is kind of really what you want with them. You just come right in with a few ginger snaps, decorate that plate for you, and there you go. You are good to go on a full Sunday chicken dinner, roasted in the oven with a side of vegetables. You've got your apples and ginger snap, and tomorrow's lunch to boot. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining us here on People Plus Cooks. We're excited that you were here for my very first show without a co-host.
I heard you were doing a cooking show without
Wait,
me.
what are you doing here?
Well, I could smell it. from
All the way
Brunswick.
from home, so you
Yeah,
had to
you
come in.
betcha.
Well, thanks for coming.
This looks really
What do you
good.
think?
I think I got here just about in the right time.
That would be cooking for one, right?
Yeah.
You want to taste? I know, you're here just in time to be tasting the food. You are welcome to it. Let's dig in.
That looks great.
See what she's got. Here's a fork for you.
Uh-oh.
Fork for me. Let's start with the apples. They're a little
sure.
easier.
Life is short. Breakfast.
Dessert first. What do you think? Soft? Nice?
Those Macs. Mm-hmm. Quarter ounce. Both.
Both.
Yeah.
That is good. That's hot,
know.
actually.
Yeah,
And a ginger
it is.
snap. All right, folks. Thanks again. We appreciate you coming. Thanks for the surprise visit.
You bet.
We miss you. We'll see you next time on People Plus Cooks.